Good to see you.
Good to see you.
All right, so now I've been referring to you, and I just wanted to check with you to make sure it's okay if I refer to you as the father of the electric car.
That would probably be a misnomer.
I don't know. You were the driving force behind getting GM into that deal, and of course,
the Chevy Volt.
Yeah, exactly.
But the original EV1, which was the first volume-produced electric car, I had nothing to do with.
Well, but I guess the reason why that went away, and everybody thought of that, said electric cars aren't going to work, but you were the guy that saw that they were going to continue to work, and you pushed for the Volt project.
I pushed the Volt. Yeah, I think father of the Volt would be a legitimate designation.
Okay, we're going to call you the father of the Volt. Okay, does that make you the grandfather of the Bolt then, which is the concept car that was released in all electric?
I think I would have picked another name, but
it's so confusing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully they'll come up with some other name for it by the time they make it. Is there, obviously Tesla has showed there's a high end for an all-electric.
Exactly, yeah.
They're trying to make this a common man's car. Everybody has a plug-in.
Yeah, and for a while with the public and with low gasoline prices, that's going to be a tough sell.
Yeah, exactly.
But that doesn't mean, and I think to some extent the media don't get it. They say, well, why are the car producers showing more and more electric vehicles when gasoline is cheap and people aren't buying them? The reason is we the industry, have to meet the fuel economy regulations and to be able to continue selling SUVs and full-size pickup trucks in California. We have to.
Yeah. Well, plus we learned our lesson that just when we think the prices are down, they shoot back up again.
They'll come back.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's talk about what you're doing these days with VIA.
Sure, yes.
I found it a fascinating project. You've been mainly electrifying larger GM platform vehicles for fleet use.
Yeah.
Is that going to continue to be the focus, or are you moving more into consumer electric?
Right now we have a huge fleet demand to satisfy, and we don't want to dilute that effort by moving into the retail sector too fast, because this is the first electrified vehicle that doesn't have to sell for save the planet reasons.
Right.
This makes solid economic sense. But ultimately, we will also supply pickup trucks, vans, and sport utilities to private buyers, and they're extremely useful because you've got all that electrical energy on board. The family can go on a camping trip in a club cab or take the trailer and everything, and rather than looking for a hookup or being
plug into your truck,
just have your truck running at idle, and you can power your whole campsite. Now with refrigerators and everything.
Now you've stayed away, as you said, your focus is on fleet vehicles. For big companies, DTE, for instance.
Well, Pacific Gas and Electric, DTE, FedEx, Verizon, and so forth.
And they're realizing they are real-world customers, and they're realizing these savings.
Well, we've delivered 50 vans so far, and we've got about 250 that are going to be delivered shortly. FedEx gets their first vehicle officially tomorrow at a ceremony here in Detroit.
Very nice.
So
we'll see how that goes.
Well, I think it is going to go well, especially for urban routes where a full-size van may get 8 or 9 miles per gallon in downtown stop-start driving. Here, the first 40, 50 miles are purely electric and at a very low cost.
So the focus is on fleets, but again, as you said, the pickup trucks for private customers, are you guys producing those now?
The pickup truck is based on the new GM pickup, and it'll be available for sale in the first quarter. Right now we're doing vans only.
And so the pickup truck, I'm just interested in how much that would cost then to get that. Again, it's the GMC truck that you're talking about?
It'll be a Chevy Silverado.
Oh, the Silverado. So what would it cost me to get a VIA-equipped Chevy Silverado?
It depends what kind of Chevy Silverado, but figure a price premium of about $20,000 for the electrification.
So $20,000 above the cost, but when would I realize those savings? Would you get?
That again depends on fuel prices and how much you drive.
Right now, not much, but 2 years from now, 2 years when the gas is back at $4.
But the owners of full-size sport utilities and pickup trucks spend more per month on fuel than they do on the lease payment for the truck.
Trust me, I know. I've got a truck.
Yeah.
I know how it goes.
And if every day your first 40 miles were almost free because you plug it in overnight, and 80% of trips are below 40 miles.
Well, 40
anyway.
would be my round trip from work, and that would be for almost every day I'd be driving free.
Yeah.
Okay. You sold me on the idea, so I like it. All right, what's next? What's beyond VIA? Because you're never a guy that sits here and thinks about today.
Well, at some point, I think I'll probably have a date with the Grim Reaper. And
No, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen unless you drive your jet too fast.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We're also doing the VL Destino. You know, that's an American-built supercar, four-door sedan, based on the Fisker Karma, where my partner and I take out the electricals. It's kind of the opposite of what we've just been talking about.
Right.
We take a plug-in electric vehicle, the Fisker Karma, take all the electricals out, and put a Corvette ZR1 640 horsepower drivetrain in.
Wow.
Which makes a very beautiful car, but also one that goes very fast. So,
That's always something with you, isn't it?
oh yeah.
Well, Bob Lutz, we do appreciate you coming by. It's always a pleasure to see you.
Well, thanks very much. It's great. Thank you very much for having me.
Always a
Good
pleasure.
to see you.
Thank you.